friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Neferkefri of themagicallife.net. I'm very happy to present to you today a deck review and flip through of the Soul Cats Tarot by Lisa Robertson with art by Adam Ohlers. And I hope I am pronouncing Adam's name correctly. If not, I do apologize, Adam, if you see this. This is published by Llewellyn. And it's a new deck. I bought it at a local New Age shop here in town. And this is my favorite crystal. And it is a really lovely, lovely deck. I really like it. First of all, I'm going to show you, well, let's start with the box. A lot of people, are interested in packaging. I'm personally not, but this is impressive packaging. The box is very sturdy. It's high gloss. It has a flap closure that is magnetic, which is really nice, with a recessed well for the cards. The book is 6x9 that rests on top of the cards. The magnetic closure allows you to set the book down. The deck down like a book, and it will not flip open. So that's really handy for storing in a bookshelf. So that's the box. The book is really outstanding, and I do apologize for the glare from my ring light. I'm going to try to tilt everything slightly so you don't see that, see the glare. Beautiful image on the front. This is the image from the High Priestess card. And the book itself, like I said, it measures 6x9. I did not check to see how many pages it has. It has 196, including the final image. All card images are in full color, and they are illustrated on the entire page. So you see larger than life images of the cards. It's amazing. And this is how Llewellyn has gone to most of their guidebooks, if not all of them. So they make for great study guides, because you can really see all the fine detail of all the symbols on the cards. So instead of squinting at the 4x3 cards, you can look at the full image here and really study and see, well, what is inside those pentacles? Is this writing? What's this? So it's really, really great. I love it. I love how they've done this. Now, the interpretations of the cards are pretty interesting. Let me just flip to one here. Let's go to the Three of Cups. I've always liked that card. And here's a cat, and he's in a canoe. Now, he has a little vest on, and, of course, cats don't do that in real life, unless, of course, you dress up your cat. My cat personally would kill me if I tried that. But, very few cards in this deck are dressed up. Most of the cats are in their natural state. They don't even have a collar on, and you'll see that in the flip through. But this little guy, happens to be wearing a vest, and it looks like a little tie or something there. And there's his teapot, and he's got 3 little cups there. And look at his little bunny friends. Oh my gosh, are these adorable or what? And he's got little mice friends, and they've all come to see him in his canoe, and they're all probably wanting a cup of tea. Now, here's the meaning. It's really neat. First of all, you get a generalized interpretation of the deck, of the card, as it relates to, your everyday life. And then you get particular guidance, and then you get a section called protection. That's if the card should happen to come up reversed for you in a reading. Personally, I don't read card reversals ever, because for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm an artist myself, and art is not made to be viewed upside down. Okay? Secondly, with 78 cards in the deck, there's enough shadowy cards in the deck that if something shadowy is meant to come up in your reading, it's going to come up. So I don't do reversals, and plus it would be 78 more meanings to memorize. Who wants to do that, right? So who's got time for that? So that's why I don't read reversals, but that's just me. Other people, really get a lot of use from reading the cards as reversals, and that's their thing, and that's perfectly fine. Now, the Three of Cups, I'm going to read you the whole thing so you get an idea for how the entire book is written. Okay, Three of Cups. It has been a while since you got together with friends, so you have decided to plan something special. You have planned an outing you will all enjoy and remember for some time to come. Events like this honor the everyday nature of connection while elevating it through the art of celebration. Put on something nice because now is the time to come together and raise a glass. Now the guidance. This soul cat has gone all out to spend time with his fellow woodland friends. However, it would seem there are not quite enough cups for all who want to board the boat. Only 3 cups sit beside the teapot. Perhaps this is a hint about how many honored guests are present, or maybe this soul cat can only focus his energy on 3 friends at a time. Either way, it seems there are plenty who are happy to spend some time with their friends. Then you have the protection meaning, which again, it's the reversed meaning. Social gatherings aren't for everyone. In fact, for some people, the idea of getting together with a group, no matter how much you like them, is a cause for panic. It is okay to say no when others ask you if you want to join in. It is okay to have solid and strong social boundaries. If being around others doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Instead, honor and celebrate your ability to take care of your needs first. I think that's beautiful. Really beautiful, and to me it perfectly sums up the upright and the reverse meaning for the 3 of Cups. And that is how all the card interpretations are written. Also, what's nice about this book is the suits and the majors. They're all color coded. The majors are a very pale, kind of like a Naples yellow color, or light tan. You know, if you're not an artist, it's light tan. And then you have this terra shade of green here, or just green. And for wands, it's like a dark peachy color. For the swords, it's a kind of a bluish green. And then for cups, of course, it's blue. And the book concludes with spreads and even a spell. So it's really neat. Really a lovely, lovely book. A lot of effort, a lot of work went into it. And I really respect that. I've written a guidebook myself, my multi-award-winning Egyptian Lenormand, published by Schiffer. That is a 176 page guidebook that reads like a course on Lenormand. But not here to talk about that right now. So here's the Fool. And I'm just going to take you through the deck one by one. And again, I am going to focus on tilting the cards a little bit so the glare from the ring light doesn't show up. Here's the Magician with all the tools of his trade at his feet. The sword, the wand, the cup, and the pentacle. The High Priestess, who again is the cover of the book. You have the Empress. Look at the Emperor. Big old fat belly. He's sitting there. He's eating his grapes, and he's got a squirrel who's serving him. I love it. You have the Hierophant here. Here are the Lovers. The Chariot. And this is really neat. The Chariot is a disabled cat who has something wrong with his hind feet, so he's rigged up with wheels here so he can still get around. I think that's really cool. Here's the Strength card, the Hermit, the Wheel, otherwise known as the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Cat. In other decks, this is the Hanged Man or the Hanged One. Here is Death. There's a cat who's hunted a little mouse, killed it. Here's the Temperance card. The Devil card. The Tower. Here's a cat knocking a lamp off a desk. I mean, how many times does something like that happen in your house if you have a cat? They have this thing where they just must knock things onto the floor. So I don't know if they like to rediscover gravity on a regular basis or what the deal is. But here's the Star and the Moon. I love this because it's showing the white of the full moon and the dark of the new moon. So you have that lunar dichotomy going on. You've got the wolf from the traditional symbol on the moon card and the lobster. And this card is the image on the box. So that's the moon. Here's the sun. What cat doesn't love a sunspot, you know? Here we have the Judgment card and the World. Now we go into the minors. Starting with the Pentacles. This is the Ace. What a gorgeous cat. I mean, look at those eyes. Just beautiful. And here's the Two of Pentacles. And the Three. And look at the squirrel and the little mice. I mean, it's so cute. And the birds. Just gorgeous. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. The little hedgehog. Here's the Five of Pentacles, the cat who's out in the cold, trying to get in, trying to get warm. The Six of Pentacles. The Seven. I mean, the artwork is really, really gorgeous. And the attention to detail, you know, the depiction of the fur on the cats and all the fine details in the background and the plants and the other little animals. It's really impressive. And as an artist, I really admire that because I know it's a lot of work to do this. It takes a lot of time. I mean, think about it. You know, Adam Ohlers had to do 78 images plus the back of the cards. Oh, and that's what the back looks like. I mean, how cool is that? Cat's eye. Oh, let me talk a little bit about the court cards. They're all basically look very similar from suit to suit. And what you get is you get the pages. Every page is wearing a little pair of goggles on its head. And then you get the knights. Every knight has got feathers protruding from in or behind the ears and usually has some sort of armor on its body somewhere. And then you get the queen, and the queen's usually wearing her insignia on a collar around her neck. And then you get the king, who usually has some type of an object or even a crown on his head to suggest a crown. So those are the court cards for the wands. Now for the pentacles, I'm sorry. Now we go on to the Ace of Wands. The Two. Now you see how this cat is wearing clothing. You don't see that very much in this deck. And it's nice that they focused on more natural depictions of cats because we've got so many decks out now where the cats are all dressed up, you know, cutesy and all that. I like to see cats that are, you know, that look real. And they're in settings that are, you know, somewhat realistic too. This is the Five of Wands. That's a cool card. And here we have the Six. And look at the Seven of Wands. It's really, traditionally, the Seven of Wands depicts a man up on a hill, and he's fending off 6 wands coming up at him with his single wand. So here we have the bunnies coming up at this cat, and they've got their wands going, and they've got these little, I don't know if they're trumpets or what. They kind of look like toilet plungers. And they've got some signs. I don't know what's going on here, but I just thought that's just the cutest thing. And here's the Eight of Wands. And the 9. The 10. And then here we go with the Page again, who's got his goggles on his head. And here's the Knight with the feathers around the ears and a little bit of armor on him. Here's the Queen, who's wearing a lion, a symbol associated with the wands around her neck. And here's the King, who's actually wearing a crown on this card. And we go on to the sword suit. And there's the Ace. And the 2. We have the 2 squirrels that are blindfolded. That's really cool. Here's the 3 of Swords. And the 4 with the cat resting in front of the fireplace. Here's the 5 of Swords, which is an interesting tug-of-war here. And then we have the 6, which is traditionally passage away from difficulties. We have the 7 of Swords. And the 8. And here's the 9. The 10. And here's the Page of Swords, again with the goggles on his head. Here's the Knight with the feathers in his ears and a little bit of armor. Now this queen isn't wearing any insignia, but she's got a statue of an Egyptian goddess next to her. So that's interesting. And then we have the king, and he has the crown at his paw. And look, there's a pyramid in the background. So there's a little bit of an Egyptian connection there. The ancient Egyptians are the people who domesticated the cat, by the way. So all us cat lovers, we owe our cats to the ancient Egyptians. And here's the Ace of Cups. The 2 of Cups. There's the 3, which you saw when I read the card description from the guidebook. Here's the 4 of Cups. There's the 5. He's crying over his broken cups there. The 6 of Cups. And the 7. And there's the 8. I like the 9 of Cups with the crystal ball there. That's really cool. Here's the 10. Cat rolling around in the grass, having a good time. Here's the Page of Cups. Again, there's the goggles on the head for the page. Here's the Knight with the feathers coming out of the ears and a little bit of armor on the body. The Queen in this case has no insignia on her body. And then we have the King of Cups with his crown. And that is the Soul Cats Tarot by Lisa Robertson with art by Adam Ohlers. Now, as far as the quality of the cards themselves goes, they are glossy and they have quite a bit of bend to them. They're I wouldn't say they're flimsy, you know, but I would say in shuffling them, be careful with them. Don't be rough with them. You don't want to ding your cards. You know, they shuffle very easily. So that's it. Again, this is the Soul Cats Tarot by Lisa Robertson with art by Adam Ohlers, published by Llewellyn. And again, I purchased this deck at a local New Age shop here in Spring, Texas called Evolve. I go there all the time, spend way too much money. But anyway, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed my review. And if you have, I ask that you please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, bless you for that. And I wish you all a lovely, wonderful day. This is Nefer Kefri of themagicallife.net.